Why is there cat fur on the glass? That's a lot of blush. That didn't work. Oh well. I was jogging. Wow, I haven't been on camera in so long. I look weird. I look older. I've aged. Great. All right. There. Is that good? Okay. Here we go. Hi. I forget how to do this part. Hi everyone, I'm Andy. Welcome to Furniture Fables, the channel where you just never know. You never know what might be going on. Good morning. Welcome to DIY News. I'm Andy Klein, and this just in. What about this? Are we keeping it Las Vegas?
No.
I understand all about the industry. Actors, am I right, darling? They're the worst, darling, the worst.
Well, this is terrible.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
What time is it?
I thought you'd want to get the most out of the day. Brodiddle. Brodingle. I told you not to call me Dudette.
Darling! Why are you calling me on this line? You know it's only for emergencies.
I can hear the dark circles and backache from here.
Oh, Biff!
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
You screamed like really loudly
that scared the pain out of me.
and kind of like a girl.
Genius.
Keep them guessing. Oh my goodness, it's been a minute. And look, I redid my house. Just kidding, it's a backdrop. The cats are out of control. And so I'm just trying something new. I've found a space where I can kind of really close the doors and keep them away. I don't know, what do you like the backdrop? It's cute, right? It's kind of modern-ish. It's got books. Right, get it? Yeah. Fables, stories. I don't know how to light it. I've got this ring light over here. Look at that. That's not good. I don't know. This fable is for those of you who were interested in my adventure on stage in the show Mary Poppins. That update is long, long overdue. And also, I am just hoping that we can talk. Let's talk. Can we chat? Should we chat? And really just kind of open up the vault. I'm opening the vault. I will share some financial realities about the channel with you. If you're here watching this, then you're someone who enjoys the fables, not just for the furniture. Maybe that's your favorite part, but all of the weird, quirky details that make Furniture Fables different. It's a little different. Okay, so if you caught that fable of the stickered covered dresser back in February, you also got to see a little bit of the story of auditioning for Mary Poppins, and that, lo and behold, yes, I did get that role that I was really, really hoping for. The holy terror herself, the villainous Ms. Andrew, the bad nanny.
Good morning.
She gets to sing a fabulous solo and then a reprise of that song in a duet form with none other than Mary Poppins herself. But before you get to meet her, I thought you might enjoy just a little peek backstage and just kind of a little look at kind of what goes into preparing for a role such as that one, and just sort of the theater experience in general. Okay, I'm heading out.
Break a leg.
Thank you. You want to come with me? Here, come on with me. There's my dressing room that I got to share with a couple of absolutely fabulous young actors.
Right? Second week for jolly holiday, get out of the way.
This is very typical that before a show, the stage manager is on the intercom
Don't preset the talk show.
giving some notes. There's always something.
Leave that will have 9 minutes for the toll. Thank you. They added a rug to the parlor.
I saw. If they add anything underfoot, everybody freaks out because there's something about walking on stage. It's extra hard. So they added a rug. It was scary. Going out for mic check. Got my mic. I'm next. Every night you go out for a mic check, and lots of times there's a theme. And so I think this one was sing a song, sing one of your favorite past roles.
And suddenly, serenity.
Every night there's a dance call, there's a dance warm-up, and there's a dance call where they clean up anything that was having an issue. And there's something that's called lift call and or fight call. Anytime anybody is lifted up at all, even the tiniest little bit, that is done every single time before every single show. If there's any kind of stage fighting that occurs, that gets refreshed as well. And if there's any intimacy on stage, if anybody gets a smooch or anything like that, that is usually also at least offered to always go over. And oftentimes there's actually somebody who is called an intimacy coordinator who will be there to help the actors make sure everybody's totally comfortable and everything's, going good. We're about an hour out, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting on my makeup. And my first look, this is my base. Let's see if you can guess what I am. And here I go. So Miss Andrew only appears in the second act. She's kind of that second act diva that, gets to come on and be fabulous and terrible. So for the first act, I got to do something extra fun here. Let's see if you can guess. I'm gonna use a little brush. Any ideas? So if you're at all familiar with the story of Mary Poppins, you know that Mary Poppins takes the two kids to the park. They are, of course, not at all happy about this. They're not impressed. They are bored. The park is boring. Why do we have to go to the dumb park? It's just statues, ducks, and grannies is the line that they sing. But of course, the park is not just the park in Mary Poppins. The statues come to life. So what you are seeing here is I am preparing for the role of Queen Victoria, who was, of course, a statue and who comes to life. Victoria is a marble statue, so I got to do this marbleized look on my face, which was really, really fun. Lots of furniture flippers who I know, furniture artists, have done a faux marble look. Ironically, I've never done that. I've used that faux marble paper, but I never actually have done a painted one, but I've now done it on my face. Theater, right? So after that happened, and that happens pretty early in the first act, it would take me basically the entire time from the end of Jolly Holiday to get all of that marble statue makeup off and then start to get Ms. Andrew on. It took me quite a while. Once I got everything off, I could start to reapply my makeup, reapply just a basic base makeup. And then usually the first thing I would do was go in and give her some pretty strong eyebrows. I would start by intensifying my own natural brow. And then you can see just really beefing it up, bringing the brow line in and kind of making a nice big angle up here at the kind of top point where your brow sort of naturally curves, but making that more angular and thicker and more pointed looking. brows are so important on stage, even if you're not a villain, but especially if you are. Here you can see I'm using my natural, beautiful forehead wrinkles with a little brow fill-in pencil to kind of outline them. I'm finding where my 11s are here. It's really funny. Being a villain, you basically use makeup to highlight and bring out all the things that in regular life you deliberately try to hide. So here I am doing my lip wrinkles because she's probably usually has a pretty sour look on her face. Emphasize frown lines, those, you know, your nasal labial folds, etc. Anything to make you look like you're frowning most of the time. Now here you can see I'm going out to the wings for a little wing singing. Sometimes we call it pit singing. We're not actually in the pit referring to the orchestra pit. There you can see the monitor where, so there's a camera on the music director so that we can see and follow his conducting. Lots of times actors who are not currently on stage are called out into the wings to help support the sound that's going on stage. They do that because sometimes they just need a bigger sound, and they do it a lot of times, honestly, because the actors who are on are also just dancing like mad, and they need support from folks who are not also dancing, because that's pretty exhausting, I hear. Not that I would know. Well, I kind of know. Ms. Andrew gets a very, very bright red, very pointed lip with those high peaks and kind of very shallow. Again, to make her look like she's always just very disapproving of everything and everyone. Very disapproving. Ms. Andrew is the woman who comes to your house and starts noticing the dust bunnies and, you know, just how terrible everything looks. It's yes. And does she remind me of someone that we all know and love? Yes, she does. She does. And I have to say that that particular person came in handy for this role. She helped out quite a bit.
Tappy on your script, darling. So maybe work in a mysterious woman of an undetermined age with sophistication, stunning good looks, impeccable taste, a rapier's wit. Exceptional intelligence is important too. Make it funny, darling. Make it good. Tappy, tappy. Tappy, tappy. Make it good.
Okay, time to get into the old costume here. She, of course, is going to be wearing a lot of black and gray. Don't worry, I've got like 5 layers of petticoats under there, so I'm not going to flash you, I promise. Got to pull her shirt down. Yep. Then it's time finally to get the wig on. You notice I grabbed a little something to eat there. You have to multitask, and it's important to get a little protein bar or something into you when you're a villain, because villains need energy to be mean. If you're gonna go terrorize small children, you got to get the protein in, get that blood sugar up. That wig was great, although it was very shallow. You can see it's sitting rides really high. I was always scared I was gonna flip off during a performance. Look at this jacket. Look at the jacket that Miss Andrew got to wear. Look at these sleeves. Yeah. She also has that fabulous leather belt with chain and, of course, a black hat, because she's the villain. Little swig of water there. You poof out your sleeves, and it's showtime.
Seek satisfaction.
fun. So she goes on, she insults everyone and everything. And then Miss Andrew just basically starts dosing the kids with some brimstone and treacle. So look at her in her gorgeous glory there. Look at, I loved that red brooch I got to wear. That was fun. And then she goes back out for the reprise. The kids run off and they find Mary Poppins and they tell her what's happening. So she comes back, ready to rumble. She and the children discover Miss Andrew's lark, whose name is Caruso. He sings/tells Mary Poppins that he's been locked in this cage for a very, very long time. Mary Poppins is, of course, appalled at this and, of course, frees him. So basically what happens is when the two nannies see each other, Miss Andrew says, "Who are you?" And Mary Poppins, of course, says, "I'm Mary Poppins." She says, "Well, you left without notice." And Mary Poppins, of course, says, "And I've come back without notice." Huh. Well, what do you expect me to do? And Mary Poppins says, "Pack." Well, then it's really on. And she says one of my favorite lines.
Why, you insolent young person.
We can all relate to that, I'm sure. Miss Andrew says to Mary Poppins,
Silly little girl with your newfangled methods. I bring up children so they know their place. Standing for tradition, I govern my charges.
Mary Poppins interrupts.
Mishandled charges blow up in your face.
I brought up their father.
Of that I've no doubt. You must be so proud of the way he's turned out.
A shining example, a pillar.
A post. They all have their problems, but him more than most.
It is at this point that Miss Andrew sees that Caruso is not in his cage. And she cries out,
Caruso, where is my lark?
and then she realizes it was Mary Poppins. And she says,
You've let my little lark out of its cage. Now you will bear the full brunt of my rage.
At which time, friends, the orchestra drops out and she goes to center stage. She soars up to a high B flat, holds it there, and comes tumbling down and tumbling down and tumbling down. I mean, how lucky? How lucky can a girl get? That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Then it's really on. Miss Andrew says,
Brimstone and treacle for you.
Mary Poppins, of course, responds,
Just a spoonful of sugar.
so we have brimstone and treacle and a spoonful of sugar. Who's gonna win? Spoiler. It was never me. I always lost, but that's okay. I was glad to help Mary Poppins be the hero of that moment. There is, of course, an epic soprano/mezzo-soprano duel. I sang a B flat. She sings a high C. You always win if you sing the high C. Whatever. They struggle over the brimstone and treacle back and forth. Mary Poppins is able to overcome Miss Andrew and actually sends the brimstone and treacle down her very own throat. So Miss Andrew actually drinks a big slug and a glug of the brimstone and treacle. Karma. Am I right? And then Mary Poppins sings,
I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruel deeds as a perk.
anytime somebody views cruel deeds as a perk, yeah, that's not good. And then she finishes off by singing,
But now here's a catch, because you've met your match. Brimstone and treacle won't work.
So that was Mary Poppins. It was an absolute blast. And then I actually ended up doing a play right after it. I got to play Maria Morelli in the comedy called A Comedy of Tenors. I got to speak with an Italian accent. It was really fun. It was a great role, comedic, ton of fun. I got to work with great actors. So right now I am vocal directing for the musical Legally Blonde, which is a lot of fun. There's so much music in that show, and we open in about 2.5 weeks. So it is nose to the grindstone right now. That's basically what I have been up to. But gosh golly, I really, really miss Furniture Fables. So should we talk? Let's talk about Furniture Fables. Okay, if you've ever wondered what I earn from being monetized here on YouTube, I'm happy to share that with you. I'm typically paid anywhere from 10 to 20 something dollars per 1,000 views. I think the fable I've made that has the most views is somewhere around 180,000 or so. So it's probably earned $1,800. When we talk about how many views does a video get, a video can be up for years and years and continue and keep getting views and views, and you will continue to earn income on that. But typically, we look at how many views did it get within the first 30 days. It's not that it couldn't then even go viral after that. It can happen, but it's fairly uncommon. The bulk of the views are going to occur during the first 30 days of that video's launching life. So that's really the metric that we look at. So you can right away do the math and realize that if you're getting into the 6 figures regularly with your views, you could earn fairly decent to even pretty good money just from getting paid by YouTube. If you are cranking out 4 videos a month and each one is earning you $2,500, well, there you go. You're earning about $10,000 a month before taxes. But if you're like me and your views are more like somewhere between 10 and 15,000 and earn maybe $100 to $200, so you can be foot to the gas, pedal to the metal, working. And the payoff from YouTube is not that big. That is why, of course, folks end up doing sponsorships. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you might know that I have done a couple of sponsorships. I went ahead and gave it a shot, gave it a try, and I had kind of a mixed feeling about it. It's not my favorite. I don't love the idea of forever and always having baked into what I've created a commercial. When I did my sponsorships, I believe one paid me $800 and I believe the other one paid me $1,200. So if I were to do 4 fables a month and each one earned me $200, that's $800, for 4 fables. I can make one 90-second ad, which is no work. That takes probably about 2 to 3 days worth of work. But you can see that if that pays me $1,000, that's why people do sponsorships, right? Because they're trying to find a way to make their channel an actual sustainable business. Other folks do other things. They do things like memberships, Patreon. So what I'm struggling with is how can I make Furniture Fables a more sustainable creation for myself. I'm 52 years old. I have some arthritis. I've got some stuff going off my hip. My back acts up a little bit more every year. My hands get a little bit more tender and sensitive every year. So I do kind of worry about how long can I do furniture full time. It's pretty physically demanding work, as I'm sure you either know from experience or can imagine. That was a good amount of work. And guess what? Now it's round 2. That's the fun thing about doing a pair of nightstands. There's 2 of them. But even beyond that, I find that more and more my heart is just called to the theatrical aspects of my channel. I love the story writing. I love doing the paint by the sea things. If you happen to catch the summer special, there was a furniture redo in the midst of it, but it's those characters and it's more about the comedic writing.
Painterly was super annoying in high school.
And this weird blend of furniture flipping, comedy slash Hallmark Channel
Ladies,
blend thing that I've kind of weirdly created here. Would you like to see more of that? The thing that I worry about is I think for folks it's really fun in a novel kind of way that I play all of the parts, but I do worry that that might get old for y'all. As much as you maybe appreciate my acting abilities such as they are, I wonder, does that get old? Would that get old? You can be honest. If you're like, that was fun, that was cute, I don't need to see that anymore. Let me know if you are like, actually, like, oh my gosh, it's, Halloween Paint by the Sea special. Yay! You'd be excited for that. Let me know. Is there anything else like that on YouTube or anywhere? It's different. It's not the same old, right? Here's another thing. I feel like I am in this incredibly exciting season of life. My kids are growing up. They're, getting ready to launch or launching or in the midst of, that phase. I feel like I'm finding my creativity. I'm finding kind of my passion for things I want to do, like writing, like acting, like directing, performing on stage. I'd love to write children's books. I would love to write fiction. I would maybe like to write romance. Let me float this idea. What if there were Paint by the Sea romance novels?
Biff, how does one propagate?
Well, there's a fair amount of planting carefully, deeply, lovingly, really. And of course, there's the stimulation, pollination, irrigation, mulch.
Well, thank you for that botany lesson, Biff.
You are welcome.
Like the grown-up version of As the Paint Dries. That you could read. Obviously not acted out by me. Anyone? So it's almost like there's these like dual realities, right? There's the YouTube As the Paint Dries, and then there could be the After Dark As the Paint Dries. Gasp, gasp, gasp. Just in the written form, of course, because that wouldn't work. No one wants to see that. That would be disturbing. Maybe it would be disturbing anyway. I don't know. But I feel like these characters that I've created could lead rich, full lives, friends. On the page, in written form. If you are picking up what I'm putting down, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is that crazy? Is that a crazy idea? It's different. Do we all just want the same thing over and over again? Maybe we do. I don't know. It would be unique. So I guess ultimately my question to you is, What would you like from Furniture Fables? Would you like it if I just kept things exactly as they have been? Would you like me to make a completely new channel where I do some more vlog style content? Everything from just health journeys, a day in the life, other non-furniture creative endeavors. How would you feel if half the time a fable came up there was some kind of sponsorship in there? Would you be cool with that? Are you interested in a membership? I just don't know if I can keep flipping furniture on the reg. And so many folks are doing that, and they are doing such a bang-up job with it, friends, and they're younger. They're younger than I am, at least 10 years younger. And that's an important 10 years. It's not that I couldn't do it. I could do it. I could do it. I actually really love the work still. I still love it. I have a passion for it. I really don't want to give up on it. I really don't. I love it. And I feel at home somehow here. And I have the best audience on YouTube. Hands down, easily. Funniest, quickest, brightest, and best looking. The other thing that I find myself more and more feeling kind of called to or just excited about is just wanting to be a person who is celebrating women, especially in this season of life and beyond. I know it's a stressful time in many, many ways for so many folks. I think that going through middle age and then aging as a woman, there's a lot there to talk about, to experience, to share, and through that, perhaps lift each other up, be a support for one another. I want to bring people moments of happiness, little moments of joy, whether it's laughing at me.
So how are you, darling? How's it going? Tell me everything.
Not much to tell. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Or laughing with me. Sir, can you tell us, why did you build this catio?
Because my wife wanted it.
Well, there you go, Andy. Sending it back on over to you. Sounds like a smart man to me. Yes, and easy on the eyes. I would love to help inspire women to find their creative spirit within what they want to make, do, create. Finding that is one of the big keys to lasting happiness, a sense of peace, of belonging in the world, of purpose, meaning, and ultimately, hopefully, joy. Friends, if you are still with me, thank you very much for hanging on. Please leave me your comments. I can't tell you how much I would appreciate hearing from you. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna keep mulling, I'm gonna keep chewing on this and see what I can come up with. And I hope you stick with me. I'd like to try some different things, and I look forward to your feedback about it. And I will absolutely see you next time for more Furniture Fables.